Welcome back, Divine Feminines. We're here to do your update for the middle of the month. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. If you are wanting a booking, the link is directly below, as well as the information for the new channel that's going to be launched in January. It will be completely connected to Twin Flame Path. But if you do wish to join this channel, we have live sessions connected to the Twin Flame Path, and any psychic downloads I get, I do update you as they're coming back. This month has been fairly hectic, but I should be finished by tomorrow. And then well and truly, you know, for the rest of the month and through to the end of the year, I will be live on the actual channel. And for the tribe that has been following for the last 2 years, thank you. Without you, there wouldn't be a channel. Most appreciated. Thank you for all your donations as well. Okay, let's have a look, Feminines, what's going on with you. Be mindful, as I said, Venus goes direct as of the 16th. Mercury goes retrograde on the same bloody day. Miscommunication, you know, accident prone, misunderstandings, loss of paperwork, messages lost in transit, death of ego. Jupiter is moving into its home sign, which is Sagittarius, to my belief, and it's moving out of Scorpio, which is interesting because being in that frequency, especially in the retrogrades this year, we've done a lot of work that's been deep. Deep shadow aspects, seeing things that, you know, we didn't think were so, having some rude awakenings, some of us breaking out of our twin flame connection and being left out in the cold. Interesting transformations nevertheless, but what's coming through moving in past the 16th is the frequency of the death of ego. So anything in a humbling sense that we've had revelations connected to, now it's going to be the work to get it back up and running. It's a bit like the car's broken, realization, wow, didn't see that coming, now it needs fixing. And things like that can happen, you know, in some shape or form. So in the past, you were frustrated thinking that your twin perhaps had more of the knowledge and the tools in order to handle the relationship than you thought he ended up having. You may still be reflecting on that and questioning whether you had seen the situation clearly. In your current situation, you're being quite strict towards yourself in relation to how did you see something differently. Now, it doesn't have to be anything bad. It could just be you in general see the potential that your twin has. And, you know, you are being strict with yourself, but you still do see the potential within this connection for it to be more than it currently is. Connected to how you saw them, you saw the love, potential, all the rest of it. Where you're being strict with yourself is you're trying to bring your innocence back. And it can be, if they are in a karmic connection, you're being very strict with no. In the future, you're wanting a balance. You do want this partnership, but you're kind of in two minds. You're like, is this going to get off the ground? Is there going to be movement? Is something going to change? I don't feel you're... You may be exhausted. You do want it before you grow old, which has been coming through quite regularly for a lot of the twins. But you want to have the fresh start with it. You want it to be a fresh start. You don't want to use the old frequency. You want to use a different template. Now, others, how they're influencing you is helping you see things that are going on around you, perhaps showing you the mirror in the connection. It can even be the tribe that you mix with are directly impacting the way you see an egoic state within connections. It can also be that you're watching a lot of astrology and you're aware of time frames and you're waiting for that to happen for it to assist with the influence. The movement forward, you're in two minds. You're fretful that somebody is going to come in and swoop you off your feet, very separate to the twin, or that's going to happen on their side again. But there is a transformation nevertheless, especially within the egoic state. So that's confirmation that yes, if you were thinking that, it is changing. but you're not communicating about, you know, your insecurities. You're processing them, so to speak. Your feelings about your twin is you're hoping they can free themselves from their blocks or anything that is preventing this journey from moving forward. What you are seeing is that you're needing patience through this process. I feel you've got it. I really do. Your intentions towards the situation is to address any aspects of karmic ties, blocks, doing the work really. But that can also be your expectations of theirs is, you know, if they're in this frequency of not doing the work, you're needing old cycles to tie up. And I feel many of you will be very reluctant to muck about with that frequency. Some of you may feel as though your twin was very focused on finances, and maybe their ego directly was connected to finances, and they were very, look, I've got to focus, I'm the breadwinner, this is my role. And it could be vice versa. It might be directly you're looking at finances, but I'm feeling as though that you're seeing how there needs to be a change, and you feel the situation was out of balance. What you're really wanting to see is the balance. That's a double confirmation. The actions you're taking, you're waiting for karma to serve its justice towards you. You're like, I'm not getting involved. I'm letting the universe take course. Connected to perhaps a karmic, or to bring it back into a balance of having its fresh new connection. You're also allowing them to message you, I feel, for many of you. Okay, the possible outcome is whatever they're going through, it could get nasty. So if they're having to evolve, it could feel nasty frequency. If they're leaving a financial situation behind where they're having to cut ties completely, again, you're aware of what's coming. You're intuitively picking up on it. In order to be the king, they're going to have to go through something quite traumatic. In relation to contact, it's going to take them a lot of courage due to what's happened in the past and what they're currently going through right now. In your financial sphere, you guys are going to gain some luck. Now, whatever's going to happen, if you guys have been waiting for a job, I do feel to get the balance back, that can be happening. Especially if you're doing like the heart chakra work, the sacral chakra, and you're open to receiving and you're trusting it against the adversity. This is the happy outcome. Finances are going to start flowing back in for you. You know, and it's going to help you come out of that sorrow, and it's going to transmute your power where they're going to feel the umbilical cord getting cut, which means they're going to do the work quicker. The love hasn't ended between you, but you're very focused at the moment on what you need to deal with. But you know to go through to the end, you know that they're going to have to go through despair as you did. And it's not, I don't feel it's a vengeful energy. I feel it's a reality-based energy because you directly know the situation of the falsity of what's going on. So you're seeing through to the other side of the bigger picture. You do know in the past they had strength. You also feel where they currently are is they're trying to make good choices and they're needing to make good choices. But in order to move forward, it is going to make them edgy because, again, it is leaving something behind. Interesting. Some of them it might be children, or some of them it may be old energies. Okay. Connected to the past, although they did have one frequency at one time, which was strength, and they might have held their feelings back, was also the lack of consistency. It was like hot and cold energy. And you know they have to make good decisions, especially connected to adulting up, so to speak, or looking at something in a different light. And it can be connected to children, but you know, you feel the bigger picture is very separate to that. For those of you who that's relevant, you're seeing the bigger picture. I keep hearing it, bigger picture. There's a person around them who may be a permanent person. This could be a family member, could be a karmic. But in order for them to move forward, it's been something they've been carrying for a very long time. It's affected their connections. It's made them very nervous about their position in the world. And the loyalty I'm hearing, people have betrayed them very deeply to affect their behaviour from childhood moving forward. I feel one particular parent, this could be a very singular message for a small pocket of you. I feel a father figure energy not being there. It could just be for one of you on the channel. I'm actually seeing a young boy, and this is a boy, standing on a veranda, and I don't see a father figure. It's like the father figure left, but they were told that they were just going to work, and it was like they were waiting for this person to come back. They've really kept that deep inside. It's really affected them. It actually made them fretful to connect because they didn't want a child to directly experience that loss of, you know, being loyal to that person and loving that person, but not being told the truth. And unfortunately, sometimes when these things happen, for us to comprehend, we tend to mirror particular people's energy. And I mean, I know in my twin flame journey, I've directly, after the fact of projecting something at my twin, directly have been in that frequency to have other people mirror who I was to him back at me. And it's like, oh, wow. Very humbling on my dad. Okay, others' influence. Whoever have been in their life, it might have been they were very strict towards them. They may have, due to a father figure energy not being there or not present properly, they had to be the breadwinner in some shape or form. So the expectation towards them has been, you know, forget your fun and your communication and being open and getting in touch with your emotions. No, go and earn the bread. Very cold frequency. The movement with that, they know that it's caused conflict in their life. They're going to have to deal with it, but I do feel there might be a conversation about all the work they've done, that they're not doing it anymore. So if someone has been taking them for a ride in a karmic marriage, like a marriage that has gone pear-shaped, that's a double whammy. Okay, service, servant and service in reverse. They're not. They're like, no more. Whatever this is a cycle physically ending. They're like, no more. This may not even be the direct energy of where it came from in the beginning, but it's coming through now in other people. And they're like, no more. In their financial sector, bringing things together, don't care. In their love domain, anyone that betrayed them, don't care. Moving forward, they want this connection with you. They're leaving this crap behind. How you deal with them, however, is going to depend on several things. It's not, whenever we get back into reunion, we first must come into union with self. It's never smooth sailing, you know, because we're taking old wounds in, we deal with them. So it's like a classroom. We have the connection where we come together, then we separate, then we go back together again. And in doing the work, there's always, and you never learn the same thing. I mean, unless you're daft, you never learn the same lesson. It's another harsh lesson. You try a different angle. You still get a similar outcome, which is you trigger each other and you move away. In this, we are still subject to that. Yes, your complete frequency may have changed, but it's almost like lesson learnt, karmic cycle ended, then going in for the exam and trying to get it correct. But don't micromanage yourself. Be authentic. But if you do struggle and you are concerned about how you're going to cope with it and you do feel you've got blocks, book a reading and I'll help you with it. Love and light, and I will see you on the channel for the live sessions, and any questions you have, you can ask them during the session, and I'll see you soon.